Good morning. We haven't started a vlog like this for quite some time now, but guess where I am? Taylor's Farm Shop. I'm going to get some beef brisket in. I'm going to do us a nice meal today, all being well. Winter's coming along, it's getting a bit cooler, so it's slow cooked stews time, I think. Anyway, let's get inside, get some bits, and we'll catch up in a bit. That's the second spot I've found we can get caramel sticky toffee pudding now. Trying to go easy this time and only fill the trolley. Job's a good one. I got us a few new bits to try as well. Let's see what we got then. We got some custard vanilla slices, something like that. Pudding for tonight, that probably. I might cook too much though. Got some minted lamb pies for Monday. Always nice to have them on a treat as a treat when Gemma's got her day off and I'm working from home. We got some brisket pot roast. I'm going to use this to cook today. And also I fancied some steaks for later in the week, so I got some steaks. And finally, something new to try that we haven't tried before. The frozen minted lamb burgers. Now these I'm going to put in the freezer obviously. But these will just be one of those, you know, when you come back and you're like, I'm not sure what we want for tea tonight. Just bang these in the freezer and we can pull them out. I'm assuming we can cook them from frozen, but that might not be true actually. Well, we could defrost them anyway. I'm also not sure if there's 6 or 4 in them. It feels quite thick, so there might be 6 in there, which will be like, you know, that's a good 3 meals potentially. Or 2. Or 1 if we're feeling really, really fat. I haven't even done my update, but the Instant Pot's straight on because I need to get started on this because it needs a good 6 to 8 hours. I do like how I said the Instant Pot's straight on when it clearly said off on the digital screen. Dead easy meal today. I looked at the recipe for it, got all the stuff we needed. Well, went through to try and find all the stuff we needed and found out the only thing we didn't have was onions. So I'm going to get all the ingredients together and get this thing on. I didn't check whether we had beef stock and I don't know how old this beef stock is. Beef stock though in it, there's nothing in it, it's dead easy. Oh, it's only... Oh, it's not even out of date, it's fine. That's a bonus. Right, I'm going to use a recipe. It's from this website called The Kitchen, without the E. And it's typical recipe websites, isn't it? I don't want to sign in. I don't want your life story. I just want the recipe. And here, actually, this one's not as bad as some. There aren't quite as many ads, although I don't like this sort of stuff where stuff sneaks up in the bottom corner. But anyway, this person says use ketchup in it. I think that's probably a good idea. Gemma's not a big fan of ketchup, but when you're using it in cooking material meals like this, you know, you take out all the flavour of it. It's not quite as harsh. And I'm not using a single piece of brisket. I'm using a pot roast brisket. But it's slow cooked stuff, isn't it? So we need to brown the onions, season the meat. I'm going to brown the onions and use them as a bed and put the meat on top. Deglaze the pan. Yeah, I guess we can do that as well with the beef broth. That's not a problem. Cook low for 6 to 8 hours. I'm not even reading this recipe because I'm just going to make it up, Anna. You know, the one definite difference is that I think they cook the potatoes in the stew. And Gemma wants air fryer roasts, so I'm going to take the potatoes out of the stew. Yeah, I don't often follow recipes, so I'll roughly do the measurements and then just make it up how I want to. Which is probably why about 1 time in 3 the thing I wanted to cook isn't as good as I was hoping it would be. But that's cooking, isn't it? Then mere seconds into cooking prepping the ingredients, my iPad goes, oh, yeah, I can see you're trying to cook something. Anyway, I'm just going to update all of your apps, including Google Chrome. Well, the recipe calls for probably more meat than I have. And 3 onions. I only have 2 onions because of an incident. And I broke out the Barry Lewis veggie chopper. We have not used this thing since we got it. We went through a phase of using it, and then it's for no reason that, like, it's not bad. It's just it fell down the back of the cupboard and we couldn't find it. So it does call for thinly sliced. This will probably mash the onion into oblivion because it does cut it really well. I'm gonna have to break out a plumbing cutting glove for my hand. I don't want any cut fingers because, you know, these things can be a little bit of a challenge. Handily, the Barry Lewis kit did come with Michael Jackson-esque glove. It does. a really good job of cutting about 90% of an onion. You always end up with a bit left. And one thing I did very quickly learn about that Barry Lewis kit is keep the cut resistant glove around for cleaning it as well, because those blades are very, very sharp. Did a pretty good job though, I must admit. Look, very thinly sliced onions. It didn't mash them at all. I think the last time it mashed them was because I wasn't using a particularly fresh onion. It was a little bit on that side of its lifespan, shall we say. This recipe does seem to call for adding all the spices to the onions as they're cooking. So that's smoked paprika, thyme, oregano, I think, salt, pepper. I also forgot to add the garlic, which I'm just going to add now. We've gone lazy. We start using frozen chopped garlic, to be honest, because we buy garlic bulbs. We use them once and then the rest of the garlic just goes to waste. So with this, it's just always in the freezer. Well, onions have gone in on top of the meat. I did say I was going to do it the other way around, but never mind. Now I need to deglaze that pan, which is kind of fun because I used a non-stick pan and there's nothing to deglaze. But make the sauce, which is brown sugar, ketchup and the broth. I'm kind of approximating the ingredients here. I've made about a pint of beef stock. I added a big splash of ketchup, which is not mixing in very well. We'll see if it does in the heat, but I'm sure it will when it's in the cooker. And a load of brown sugar as well. This is for the sauce. So when this is done, it goes over the meat. We just chop some carrots and throw them in. I'm not doing the potatoes with this because we wanted to do roasties. And then we leave it on low, and because I'm using an Instant Pot, I'll just use low on the Instant Pot for the rest of the day. I love cooking like this with the one pot meals because they're just so lazy to do. There we go. Carrots are in. I did add a splash of Worcester sauce as well because, you know, why not? But yeah, I'm going to leave this on now and see how it turns out. Hopefully that meat cooks nice and soft. This recipe doesn't call for you to sear the meat. It says it doesn't really make a difference. That might be true or not because I have used a slightly different cut, but we'll see how we go. Instant Pot on for 8 hours. Also, if you're ever using an Instant Pot to slow cook, make sure you don't have it set onto pressure cooker mode, otherwise you'll pressure cook it for 8 hours instead. Well, yeah, there we go. Should be good. Now I need to tidy up all the mess I made. Oh dear. I feel like I should have maybe got some greens to go with this actually as well, because it's going to be meat, carrots, potatoes. It's going to be a very beige meal. I am doing some fresh bread though. We got one of those part baked tiger breads from Asda, so we'll do that. Gemma bought us a new rug. We didn't last very long without one. Pixie is already enjoying it. Look, this is one of those ruggable rugs. We thought we'd take a try of it. It's not a sponsored video or anything. We don't have any codes to give away. We're just giving it a try. See how we go. Seems okay. It seems a little thin, but it is a thin rug. It's supposed to be thin. But the point with this rug is it comes with like a base here that sticks to the bottom of the rug and is non-slip. But then you can take the top of the rug off and bang it in the washing machine, which we thought for us, with the way these kitties leave mess all over the place, it would be a good idea to do that. So I'm going to give this a hoover in a bit, and Pixie's going to get told off for scratching it. Pixie, watch your claws, sweetie. Oh, can't tell her off, can we? She's too sweet. Here's the other one, Reggie. You right, bud? Sat in my seat, aren't you? And I have absolutely no doubt that Archie will be upstairs asleep on the bed. There we go, I've tied my hair back a bit better. I was looking like I've been dragged through a bush backwards. Nothing really to update on the channel. We're just cracking on, you know. We are still planning on going into town tomorrow. It is Remembrance Sunday, so time might be a little bit busy. It's also Comic-Con weekend. We haven't done Comic-Con for over a year now. It's one of them, we tend to go to it and enjoy it for a couple of times and then maybe have a break on it, and we're currently on the break. I can see us going back though because it has increased in size and it looks quite very impressive now. Whether we'll meet celebrities again, I don't know, but you know, it was good fun walking around seeing all the stalls and the cosplayers. But tomorrow we are, as I said, planning on going to town. We're looking for somewhere to eat, maybe try somewhere we haven't tried before. Probably end up in Dead Crafty because we haven't been to Dead Crafty in like 2 months or so now. It's our favourite spot to stop at the end of the day. We've just been up the other end of town, really. Or we've eaten too much food, we got too tired. But anyway, dinner's on. I'm going to have a sit down for a bit and relax. And we'll catch up later on. I do have a lot of kitchen tidying as ever to do. But yeah, that's us for now. I did get some new records. I'll show you through my records. I think it's been a little while since I've updated, and I have bought a few. Oops. And there's more on the way. Oops. It's Carl's fault. Convinced me to buy records. Well, I mentioned it last week, and sure enough, Planet Coaster 2 came out. Early days for this game, and it's quite buggy, to be honest with you. No one will go in my swimming pools. That sounds like a personal issue. But yeah, it looks really pretty. I've been playing about on it with it. I'm sure I'll get many hours of use out of this. I did once live stream the original Planet Coaster to our channel, and I was like, I wonder if there'd be any appetite to that. But the problem with live streaming is it's exhausting and it takes time. So anyway, I'm going to carry on playing. This is my first pack. I'm just working my way through the career mode at the minute, just trying to complete that before I start getting really into the thick of the sandbox building cute theme parks. Well, I have one more pinter mix to put on. It's a Raz Session Sour Ale, so it's a raspberry sour. So I'm just in the process of cleaning out the pinter now with the cleaning stuff. I can't remember what it was called. And then we'll get this thing on, and a couple of weeks' time we'll have a nice raspberry session to try. Oh, I've just poured this syrup in and everything smells of raspberries now. It's really strong. Nice though. Just need to add the yeast and give it a good shake. There we go, pinter's on the dock, and I guess we find out 2 weeks' time whether it was nice or not. I've lost my little foot off there. It was around somewhere and I must have put it down somewhere. Water gets in behind and then you can let it out through this hole, and I've kind of lost the thing. I'm sure if I contacted them, they'd send me another one. Quite a productive day so far then. I was complaining last week because the views were down on our video. I wasn't really complaining, but I did mention it. Looks like it was just a passing phase and they've picked up again. I think maybe because we've uploaded quite a lot of videos, like 2 to 3 a week. People just fell behind, and as people have caught up, the views have kind of come back to where they'd normally be. So that's good. Anyway, I'm going to crash on the couch for a bit longer because I did a load of pots, did that beer, and now I'm shattered. Thought I'd come up and listen to a record for a little bit, have a relax up here. It's proving difficult at the minute because someone put a blooming big treadmill in the way. Do you know what? I didn't think I'd get much use out of this, but I've used it every single day. Like for 20 minutes a day since I got it, other than weekends when we just generally walk anywhere. So I've upped it's only marginal gains, but I've upped the amount of steps I do by like a couple of thousand a day. And I'm just slowly building it up, and it's the pace as well. So it's actually been a decent buy. It's keeping me active a little bit more. I don't think it's going to change my waistline or anything like that, but get your heart rate up and that. Well, yeah, records. Let's have a look what we've got down here. Oh, blooming heck. I can't actually remember what I've last shown on the vlogs, but these are the most recent ones. One of them's actually, this was June. I picked up, for Gemma's birthday, I picked her up the Disney 100 2LP silver vinyl. You can probably see the track listing on there if you look closely. Loads of Disney tracks for Gemma to listen to. I'm not going to listen to that because that's Gemma's record, so we can listen to that when Gemma's around. What's next on there? Yeah, we've already talked about that. We've already talked about the Jean-Michel Jarre records that I picked up, which I got from the Red Brick Market. Listened to both of them, they were good. And the most recent 2 editions are an album from my youth, the Cooper Temple Claws, See Through This and Leave. So I was like huge into this band when they first started up, and this album was the first album, was really good. This is just a regular black vinyl copy, but it's a nice thick vinyl on it, so that's good. First time it's ever been issued on 12-inch, because when they released the original album, they did it on 5 7-inch singles, which is really weird. But there you go. Never really listened to the second or third album very much, I must admit, but that first album I really enjoyed. And they're the band, actually, I always talk about a band called Ocean Size and Mike Van Aert. They're the band I went to see live, and when I went to see them live, Ocean Size were the support, so that's how I found out about Ocean Size. And then the other album I picked up is probably the one I might listen to, actually. Sugar Horse, The Grand Scheme of Things. It's kind of a bit metal, this album. It's a good album, though. This is on, I think it's like a pinky coloured vinyl. I'll check now. Yeah, there it is. It's like a kind of pale pinky coloured vinyl. Not my favourite colour, I have to admit, but it's pretty decent. Anyway, let's give it a listen. This is probably not going to be to the taste of many people, but I like it. I can't actually remember as well if I mentioned these two records that I picked up by Nancy Elizabeth. She's a musician from my hometown, Wigan. I actually used to go and see her play live quite a lot and used to chat to her when the Wigan Music Collective was a thing. So I picked up a couple of her records. The album sounds absolutely fantastic on vinyl, I must admit. It's a lot quieter on Spotify than a lot of other albums because I'm guessing because it's quite a loud album. So you put it on in the car and you're like, it needs to be a bit louder. And you're going to crank the volume up to like higher than you normally would. They go from being quite a gentle, not gentle, but quite a musical, melodic sounding, almost shoegazy maybe a little bit, to just absolute guttural screaming, and I absolutely love it. And you do get some fairly severe heavy riffs on here as well. I'd love to be able to play the guitar like that, just that heavy. Listening to side B now. Now, the Spotify version of this album has a last track that lasts 20 minutes long and is like just like a droning noise. And I've just looked at the vinyl and I'm pretty sure this one has a lock groove instead. Which means rather than being 20 minutes of just droning noise, it will just drone until I stop the record. For like, I could leave it going in indefinitely. I think this is my favourite track on the album as well. Called Spit Beach. Yeah, this would be my favourite track on the album. It's such a good band. Yep, and as predicted, the lock groove has recording in it. So it will now just play this indefinitely. I do have a few records that do this actually. That was fun. Oh my, look at that now. The onions have all broken down, so it's starting to thicken up as well. Looks really good. Well, there's 1 hour to go on me stew. And I just give it a stir and the meat fell apart. So that sounds good to me. I love it when you get like, dead tender meat that falls apart, so that should be nice when we have it in a bit. But it is coming up to 5 o'clock now, so I do need to go and pick Gemma up. And I've got a cat rolling over at my feet again. Look. What are you doing down there, you? Look at the belly, you big softy girl. Look at it, all of her fur's come back now where she had the fleas and she'd licked herself. It's all grown back and there's no more scabs anymore. We've continued using the Advantage flea treatment on them now. It does cost us a little bit more than not using any, but how uncomfortable she was. It just felt like the right thing to do. There we go. And it really did the trick compared to the spot-on stuff. She's so sweet. And this gentleman's here curled up. And Archie has remained upstairs. He has been down a bit earlier. He was snuggling with me earlier. He was on the couch next to me being all cute. But yeah, I think he's having a bit of peace and quiet from these two tearaways. I'd say that, peace and quiet, but he... when we didn't have the carpet, he would be doing zoomies up and down the stairs and skidding around the living room at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm sure he still does it, it's just we don't hear it because the carpet's on the floor now. Gemma's home, enjoy your stew.
Thank you.
What do you think?
It's lovely.
It does look good, doesn't it?
Smells nice too.
Yeah, I'll get you some bread as well.
Thanks.
Did you enjoy your stew?
Yeah.
You slopped it all down. You spent ages lining up your shirt to hide it from the vlog, and I just immediately
sold me out. It's your fault.
I know. Did you enjoy it though?
On the place, it was lovely.
Well, I take that as a compliment that you slopped it all down yourself.
I don't. I mean, bloody fresh pajamas.
No, I know.
Slopped it everywhere.
Oh well. I'm glad you enjoyed it anyway. It was a little too sweet, I think. Maybe less sugar if I did it again.
Oh, excuse me.
And I was just saying as well, if we warm it up tomorrow.
The carrots added to the sweetness.
Yeah.
The carrots were super sweet too.
If we warm it up tomorrow, we might add a bit of chilli just to dampen down the sweetness, and a little bit of chilli might be quite nice in it as well. Because we've got a little bit left for when we come home from the pub tomorrow. So yeah. What are we doing tonight then? Chilling, watching some films.
Yeah.
Couple of beers, and we'll catch up tomorrow, won't we? Get into town for a little bit.
Yeah. Liverpool is all Christmas.
Oh yeah.
The Liverpool sign is Christmas. The decorations.
So we're gonna look at some decorations for you then.
The lights haven't been officially switched on yet. That's next weekend.
Okay.
But the decorations are up. You know the Liverpool sign at the back of Liverpool One.
Yeah.
That's all Christmas. It's had a new wrap put on it for Christmas.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Well, we'll check that out tomorrow then.
And it's Comic-Con.
We'll do.
So we might see some nice.
I saw someone that reminds me actually. I'm hoping he was going to Comic-Con, but when I got to the end of our street, this fella walked past in a shirt just covered in blood.
I'm assuming he's going to Comic-Con.
Pulling like a suitcase behind him, and I'm like, has he been in a spot? Because I had forgotten it was Comic-Con. I was like, ooh, has he been in a spot of bother? I was like, oh no, it's Comic-Con weekend.
Comic-Con weekend. R.I.P. Tony Todd.
Oh yeah.
This weekend.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be at the last Comic-Con as well, and he pulled out.
I remember him from Thingy more than anything, me.
What?
Final Destination.
Candyman. Thingy as well. He was in. Oh my god, what was it?
He was in Star Trek apparently as well.
Yeah, probably. He's in absolutely loads of stuff. There's another film that you didn't realise that he's in, but he is in. Can't remember what it is now.
Yeah. Isn't there a Stephen King one he's in?
Oh, Doctor Sleep.
That was
Doctor Sleep, yeah. That's what I was trying to think of.
Anyway, we'll pick up tomorrow and we'll see what's going on in town. Good afternoon. Is it afternoon? We got to afternoon now?
Yeah, because we were waiting until after the Remembrance service.
Oh yes, of course, because it's Remembrance Sunday. Time will be quite busy. We are going to go into town now. We just had coffee and breakfast.
We did, yeah.
And a nice relaxed morning. So we'll catch up with you in town. Not sure what we're going to do. We're going to visit a few shops, which we probably won't vlog a huge amount of. And then we'll go and maybe grab some drinks and some food.
Yeah.
As we often do.
It's a Christmas shop.
And I need to put some glasses in because I won't be able to read anything. Oh, we're in town, and we must be at least 300 yards away from a lush because I can smell it already. Acrid hanging in the air. So let's go on 15 minutes of shopping and then the pub. Look, all the decorations are out. We got the reindeers and the cornucopias. Some angel wings up ahead. You can get your photo in front of them. I'm assuming they'll light up at some point.
They look like they're plugged in somewhere.
Someone's unplugged them, hoovering. And the trees normally here. This year we've got 4 small ones.
There's 5.
5 small ones. We're having a proper little wander about looking at the Christmas deckies today.
Ages since we've been in town just shopping though, isn't it?
And I believe that we're getting a Uniqlo as well, which might be along here, I don't know, but it's not open yet.
It's supposed to be that one, isn't it?
We don't know.
Can you look there?
Oh, that one there, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be that one. And Sephora is
not that we've ever bought anything in Uniqlo, but
Sephora's going where HMV originally was and then became trainers.
Oh yeah.
Finger trainers, wasn't it?
That'll be a big store for them then. Well, our first actual shop stop is going to be the Doc Martin shop. I'll probably get kicked out because I'm wearing my solar bar. Well, Cam had a look at some, was it Wednesday Docs and a few other bits. No purchases though. Just to get an idea what they look like after previously buying a really disappointing pair that got sent back.
Yeah, feel the quality of them.
Yeah. We're going to have a look at the Liverpool sign. The Upside Down house is in town as well. I don't think we'll be doing that though. We've also seen evidence of Comic-Con. We saw Spider-Man already. It's a nice day actually. I mean, I know it's raining, but it's a nice temperature. It's not really raining as well, it's just very light.
Misty.
Yeah, I can smell burgers from Bio, it's making me hungry. There we go, one festive-ish Liverpool sign. We've got another tree and the fountain over there and another reindeer. The big heart tree's gone this year though, as far as we can tell, unless it's been moved. No one actually liked that tree other than Gemma.
I like the tree.
No, it was alright, I didn't mind.
Carolers up it, didn't he?
Yeah. When you come over by the John Lewis, you can look down into the old docks down there. A little bit dark today though, so we can't see. They sometimes do light it up. There to the old Liverpool dock walls. We'll have a sneaky look in the John Lewis Christmas shop.
Full English.
Full English decoration. 6-pack decoration. We've spent nothing so far. We're really good at this shopping. As in, if we want to save money, go shopping with us, you'll spend now. The wings are lit up now. We've literally seen the Liverpool One staff walking around plugging everything in, which I thought was quite fun. And Gemma did get a gift for someone from the Lego store. So we can't show that. Gonna go and have a little look in Rough Trade. And we're still trying to think of gifts for other people. And I did resist the temptation to buy the modular museum set, which is one set I'm missing of recent times for the modulars for Lego. So I don't have space for it currently. Really need to avoid Rough Trade. I keep spending money in the very eclectic, noisy main street of Liverpool. We're heading, probably going to the pub now to be honest, because the weather's not looking great. We've run out of ideas for shopping. The rain's beating us. We're going to Thomas Rigby's for a pint. Gemma's got her Vocation collab and I've got a Kirkstall one. Round number 2 in here. I went for the Kirkstall Virtuous. Very nice. Gemma's on the Crush Hour, isn't it? Is it Vocation? Yeah, Crush Hour. So before we head too heavily into drinking, we're going to get some food. I think we're going to try Salsa again. We tried there a little while back and enjoyed it. So we'll see if we can get in. We will be back down this way in a couple of weeks for food. Somewhere new that we've not tried before. But today we're going to try here. Which was really good last time we came here. Gemma's in the naughty corner, look. Now this is tapas, nibbles and we do veggie and seafood as well. And some sweet treats as well for dessert. Choices. First couple of bowls turned up. We went for mushrooms and mini chorizo. I know for a fact we ordered a mini chorizo last time we came. We probably ordered the mushrooms as well. But it was good, so, you know. There's definitely overlaps here because I remember this halloumi from last time being really nice. We also got the loaded fries again. And this one is a new one. We got the meatballs on this round as well. Looks really nice. And another new one for us. This is the Bang Bang cauliflower. Looks fantastic. Did you enjoy Salsa?
I did.
It was very good, wasn't it? Oh yeah. So we are now going to head towards our favourite little spot, Matthew Street. We're going to go to the Cavern. No, we're going to go head up towards Dead Crafty. Here we are, just after Carlisle, Dead Crafty. So I got the Halloween stuff up. Seems like it's been a busy weekend. They've drunk the bar dry. I went for this Wyland Transatlantic Crush. Gemma went for Disruption is Chaos. They've actually got some new artwork in here, look. Sweet Tooth visited and did some new artwork on the wall. That's where the Liver Bird used to be. It's really cool. I was very happy today to walk into here. And they have, you can't really see because the light's low. Gemma's going to light it up. The Vault City Apple Sour. This is my all-time favourite Vault City beer and the best sour I've ever had. It's really good. It tastes like Granny Smith's. Back at the menu, the Ken Party Wave, because the one thing about Dead Crafty is the owners are really big fans of going over to America and actually bringing in some craft beers, and this one is really nice. Cheers. Couple of beers before we go home, and Massive Attack playing. Fantastic. This is another American beer. Can't remember what it was. It is the Root and Branch Abysmal Farts Multi-Oat Wheat Double IPA, and then this one is the Siren Craft Brew Caribbean Chocolate Cake Chocolate and Orange Tiramisu White Stout. This should be interesting. So first up, and apologies for the lighting, is the double wheat IPA. it's nice. It's easily drinkable for a 8% beer. The second one is the Caribbean tiramisu
Orange.
chocolate orange. The second one was the most obvious in your face tasty one. That's a good 4.25. That one. First one, I'm not sure. It's nice. It's subtle though, so I'm going to go around a 4 for that one. I'm not sure on the first one.
No, it tastes
Wheat double.
strong alcohol and then like cereal.
We need to keep talking. Massive attack mine claim.
But that smells like coffee.
I thought you'd like that one.
That's lovely. It's like coffee and then a big orange. Yeah, that's nice. That one.
Gemma's just chatting with the guy who painted the art on Instagram and giving him a big thank you because it looks really cool. And we're home now. That was quite the most interesting Uber ride we've ever had.
Yeah.
We got in and he had like a perspex sheet between the passengers and him as the driver. And obviously there has been a thing in the past with the sort of lockdown coronavirus type stuff. But he had like words all over the back and he was like, on my side of the cab it was like interesting words. On Gemma's side it was interesting films. And it was basically, yeah, he was basically using it as a cue to chat.
Interesting stuff to do in Liverpool.
So we spent the entire trip talking about stuff on the board between him as the driver and us as the passengers. And it was good fun actually, you know, because I picked out, he was like, have you seen any interesting words? I was like, Klipspringer, which is an animal that we've seen in zoos and, you know.
A little antelope.
A little antelope, yeah. As I went through the list, there were more obvious ones, xylophone, for example, you know. But it was like, yeah, it was quite interesting. And Gemma ended up at lengthy discussions about modern Disney.
Yeah.
And
how, come on, let's like, does Disney want to make Elsa have a girlfriend? And how he's a more traditionalist person.
Yeah.
And how, well, strong women can't cope on their own, but we'll agree to disagree on that one. But, yeah.
It was an interesting
journey. It was
journey.
an interesting discussion. Yeah, it wasn't an angry discussion at all. It was an interesting discussion.
But yeah, nice afternoon out.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy
Salsa?
Salsa.
I did enjoy
Salsa. I bought Verve Records and I've got sauces stuck in my head.
I've got to enjoy Verve Records. Yeah.
You don't have to. I won't play
enjoy
them
them
when
in the
you're
car
around.
all week, but you know.
But yeah, we're gonna relax for the evening, catch up with our kitty cats, and we'll catch up with you in the morning. Hello, it is Tuesday now. Actually, we skipped Monday. We just didn't fancy doing Monday this week, so we just skipped it. Now we didn't really get up to much yesterday. Although Gemma did cook a very nice chicken dinner for our tea last night, which was good. But it is lunchtime, so I'm just on my break. Just having a sort out. I've just emptied out the bird feeders from the garden. We've been having a bit of problems with the birds just don't like the food we've bought. So I went and grabbed the seed and threw it in the bin, and there was like probably getting over 10 kilos of seed as well. So it was a shame to throw it, but when I checked, it had gone out of date. The birds are just not eating it. So I'm going to buy some smaller bags tonight when we go out and restock and see if we can get birds back to the garden, because I do miss having them about. Not much else is going on really. I've started looking. So I used to have a hobby of 3D printing, which our long-time viewers and some of the people we've met will know, because we used to hand out pin badges with the logo on, which I still have a load of somewhere, so I'll probably keep hold of some of them. But yeah, my printer got to the point where it's, let's just say it's obsolete. It's still wood print, but it needs a new power supply. It needs a whole set of cooling fans and all the belts need tightening. So I was like, maybe I should overhaul it and bring it back around. And then you start to look into where the technology's moved on. And you're like, I'm just throwing good money after bad here because this printer is obsolete. Things have changed so much, it's unreal. Like they'll self-level the bed now. You can print in multiple colours with some of them now. So I'm like, maybe it's time to upgrade the printer as well. So that's been some food for thought of late, because I feel like my hobbies have fallen by the wayside a lot of late, and I'm getting stuck in a bit of a rut. The obvious hobby I still have is the vlogging, and that is what it is for me. It's a hobby. But I used to do model railways. I used to do Lego. I haven't bought Lego in months now. I can't really buy Lego. I don't have room for it, to be honest. I used to do like me building my computers, which I haven't done for 4 years. I used to do 3D printing, which I haven't done. So I'm like, what's happened to all my hobbies other than vlogging? I mean, the answer ultimately is we've been trying to save up. Trying to pay off debts and things like that. You know, your credit card debt here, there, your car or whatever. And stuff like that is often the first thing to go. But yeah, maybe it's time to start looking at some of the hobbies again. I don't really want to get any new hobbies. I'd love to get back into model railways again, but I don't have the space for it. But maybe I could do like dioramas with a 3D printer or something like that. That's food for thought. Stuff to think about there. As for the rest of this week's vlog, I'll be honest, there ain't going to be a huge amount more. We are kind of moving towards the end of this week and moving into next week, which will probably be a zoo vlog actually next weekend. We haven't been to the zoo for a while. So we might do a full zoo update, or we might just do a zoo update included in the weekly vlog. I just caught someone napping. You alright, Betty? He's got... For a while after we had the flea issue, they would not lie on this, because this was one of the spots where the fleas were getting into it. And now we sorted the flea issue. He started napping on here every now and then again, which is good. Everything getting back to normal with them. When lunchtime does come around and I'm making myself some dinner, Gemma does leave me in a dangerous position when she leaves leftover chicken from last night's dinner, because even if it's a big chicken with a lot of chicken left over, I'm finishing that chicken. That's exactly why I'm having my lunch today. I gave her the option, but she went to M&S and got her lunch. I don't have the luxury of being able to go to M&S and get my lunch, so I'm eating the rest of the chicken. Tuesday night we're having some proper comfort food. Fish, chips and beans for me. They're potato wedges. And I've just ordered a new oven. I give up on our oven. It keeps resetting. It reset halfway through cooking this, and when it resets to 160 degrees. So we can't leave it alone for 2 minutes. So there'll be a new oven coming next Monday. I've only been planning to do that for about 4 years, so you know.
I know.
I nearly signed up for AO membership, didn't I? Because then they give you free delivery and free unpacking. And then when we did the maths, it was cheaper to order it from Amazon. 15 quid cheaper. And they also do they also do for 15 quid unpacking and delivery, but it still worked out cheaper. So the next step from there will be fridge.
Yeah.
In the new year, probably.
Then we keep arguing over fridges, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah, because I want drawers and you don't want drawers.
Oh, I don't really care that much, to be honest. The only thing I don't want is anything like a water cooler or an ice maker.
No, we don't need that.
And it's just more things to go wrong.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Hello, it is Wednesday evening. And it's time to close off the vlog. We had a delivery today, look. Not the oven. That's the advent calendars, because we'll probably be doing the Yo vlogs again. It's that time of year. Yeah, we're going to close this one off though. We had a nice weekend. Next weekend, probably a zoo visit. We'll see how we get on, see what the weather looks like. But yeah, thank you for watching. Look after each other, and we'll see you in the next one.